Hello class, welcome back to another video flip lesson. We are going to talk about multiplying fractions today, so make sure you have your notes, your multiply fraction notes, and a pencil. We always start with the review it section. This is something that you should be completing before you start your notes, so if you haven't done the review it section, go ahead and stop the video for a moment and finish that section. That part will get you ready for multiplying fractions. Now that you've completed the review it section, let's find out what we need to know about multiplying fractions. So we have several boxes here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to multiply fractions by looking at boxes, picture boxes that you've done this before to identify fractions. Now we're going to use them to actually multiply fractions. So what we're going to do is we're going to shade the boxes for each fraction in our multiplication problem. One fraction will use the vertical division, and every time we see a fraction that we're going to divide the box vertically, we're going to label that fraction with a V. And the other fraction will use the horizontal division of the boxes. So whenever we see a horizontal division and we're going to associate a fraction with it, we will use the letter H. So make sure you label the V and the H for vertical and horizontal. And remember, vertical means up and down, like the V shape makes a up and down motion. And horizontal is side to side, which I like to remember by the bar right there is horizontal. Okay, once you've shaded your fraction part, we will look at the overlapping shaded part. That's the part that's going to be really important, because that's going to be the answer to our multiplication problem. And as always, we want to simplify if we can. So let's try the first one together. We have 1/2 times 3/5. So 1/2. Now let's label our fractions. We're going to use the vertical division for shading for 1/2, and we're going to use the horizontal divisions for our second fraction. So just looking at our vertical division, we have one division right here in the middle. So we want to shade 1/2 of our box. This is 1/2. Now don't shade it too dark, because we are going to use a different type of shading in the other direction. So I've shaded vertically 1/2. Now I want to shade horizontally 3/5, which means I'm going to shade this direction. However, don't shade it too dark, because I want to see where the overlaps are. So I usually just use lines to show. Here's 1/5. Here's 2/5, and here's 3/5. So I've shaded 1/2 vertically, and I've shaded 3/5 horizontally, and now I have to look at the shaded part. Well, how many boxes? When we actually divided vertical and horizontal boxes, we ended up with a total of 10 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 boxes. So that's our whole, that's our denominator. And we look at our overlapped shading, and I can darken that to make it easier to see. And how many did I shade that overlap? 1, 2, 3. So 1/2 times 3/5 is 3/10. So let's practice on another problem. We have 2/3. So we've divided our box into thirds vertically. So this is my vertical fraction. And we've divided our box into 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 horizontally. So this is my horizontal fraction. So when I did that, I ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 boxes. So now we have a box with 18 equal parts. and we are going to shade vertically 2/3. Here is 1/3. Here is 2/3. And I want to shade horizontally 1/6. So here is 1/6. How much is my overlap? It's right here. I overlapped by 2. And like I had said before, simplify whenever you can. This one can be simplified by dividing by 2 to get 1/9. Let's try another one. 3/4 times 1/3. I've divided my box into fourths vertically, so this will be my vertical fraction. And I've divided my box into 3 equal parts, into thirds, horizontally. So this is my horizontal fraction. So let's shade 3/4 vertically. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4.